Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. This is Dr. P. K. Shrivastava, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak on this lively subject. This is a question for many of the people's mind that what is A1 and what is A2 milk, and how does it affect the life, and how we can detect, or how we can be saved. So that is the purpose of this presentation. Mostly the common people, they do not understand that what exactly is A1, A2 milk called, and from where it comes, how it differs. So all this, my presentation will take about 40 minutes. I'm sorry, it's a little bit more, the slides are there to clarify that exactly what is A1 and A2 milk. And hope by end of this, I think everybody will be clear that what is A2 and A1 milk and which one is better, what is that, and all those things will come on the way. My presentation will run in these different parts. It will come one by one. One is the history. How does it started? About 5,000, 10,000 years ago, there was a mutation occurred due to the natural factor as well as the human factor joined together, and nobody knows that when it happened, but expectation is there. Then it will between 5,000 to 10,000 years ago this happened, and this happened only in the particular area, and that was the European area, and where it happened in somewhere in the gene, in the peptide somewhere, and then those cows became different than all the cows. Means the history says earlier the entire world cows were of the A2 type. Then comes now what is the situation is South Africa, Asia, and part of the southern Europe remain mostly A2 cows. And A1 milk from the selected cow is now marketed in most of the Australia, New Zealand, and other parts nearby countries. Now this is becoming prominent in India also. There is a noise that what is this? My video is not coming. I don't know. Maybe the just give me 2 minutes. I'll just put my video on so that.
Yeah, your video is on. Your video is on. Everything is
Okay.
perfect. Please
Okay.
proceed.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. So we'll go to that current slide. Yeah. So what happened that in this case that there are certain cows, they became different than the other cows, and they were actually researched, and they found earlier that there is some difference in the peptide somewhere in the protein, part of the protein, and that is the reason of differentiation of these type of cows. So in 1980, some scientists started working on that. What they worked, that after we take the milk, it goes to the digestion, and after digestion, there are the proteins are fragmented into peptides, and then further it fragmented into different chemicals. So whether what kind of negative and positive effect it creates, because there, by the time 1980, there was a noise coming for the lactose intolerance, because those many people were taking the dairy product and there were no problem, but certain people were taking the dairy product, there was a problem. So they started studying on this, and they found accidentally that there is one peptide, one kind of protein called the beta casein was responsible for many of such kind of disturbances, digestive disturbances. So they say once the milk goes into the stomach, it is get digested, and the beta casein is formed, and this beta casein is further digested into a different form, and that was the reason for the differences in the different kind of symptoms in the stomach disturbance. So they thought to research further, and there were so many researchers came down, and finally, in New Zealand, some company came up saying that A2 company. Earlier, its name was A2 company. Later on, it became A2 Corporation. In New Zealand, most of the cows were of A2 type, and that was the reason of more concern once this noise came to New Zealand and Australia. And there was a company called, the another company. They were having the tie-up with about 98% farms in New Zealand. But this company, which was called the A2 company, it come up during 2002 and 2003, and they told that, oh, there is a difference between A2 and A1 cows. So whatever the Fonterra was the company, which was having 98% tie-up with the different farms in the country, the milk is A1 type. And A1 type creates lot of problem, and there is a devil in the milk. They started calling the devil in the milk, and devil was called the name I will tell you later on, that what was that chemical which they called the devil. Later on, what happened in 2007, the Kate Woodford, agri professor of New Zealand, published a book. The book's name was Devil in the Milk: Illness, Health, and the Politics on A1, A2 Milk. So by the time the New Zealand, in 2003 only, the New Zealand was too much disturbed. And the disturbance created so much of havoc in the country, because the Fonterra company, which was having more than 20% of the export from New Zealand, it got destabilized. And they started thinking that what is happening and what is the reply. And this professor comes after 4 years, and he publishes a book. That time also he was working on that. He publishes a book and says that there is a devil in the milk. And then again, this A2 company came back and they told that, see, we were telling in 2003 and you people did not believe. And now this is proven that it has a devil in the milk. So what happened in 2009? Again, there is a Acres magazine. It's an agri magazine, like your is a agri information, and you also have a magazine. So this is the leading USA magazine, Acres magazine. And 2009, it interviewed, and we have the complete interview of the Kate Woodward. And that also he reaffirms that yes, A1 milk is harmful. Russian scientists, by that time, detected this kind of BCM. This is called beta casomorphin 7. This is the chemical which was called the milk devil. And this was isolated. This was detected from the blood of the children. And this was proven that those children had the problem and they were having this BCM7. Now it was, by 2009, it was proved that BCM7 is responsible for the, many of the diseases which is set in the childhood only. There were certain children, they were excreting this BCM very easily, and there were certain children, they were not able to excrete it. They were excreting slowly. So psychomotor symptoms started, that is called autism. So these kind of things were proven by 2009. Now 2020, by then now 2020, there are so many papers. Purdue University, University of Auckland, lactose intolerance, and even our country. The scientists also awaken in India, and they started working on this, and they have come up with the recommendation, and what is the current situation will come up to see. So now the A2 Milk Corporation had claimed earlier, and that was, now people started realizing that A2 Milk Corporation is right. Still A2 Milk Corporation is living in the New Zealand, and that company is thriving, and that company is selling the A2 milk in Australia, New Zealand, and Indonesia, and some part of UK, and some part of other world. What is the difference? What happened when the mutation occurred? Then what it changed phenotypically outside? From outside, what we can see that this cow will be A1 and this cow will be A2. So I have tried to show with the photographs. See the HF cow. See the Hereford. See the see the brown Swiss. See the red Angus, British white. none has the hump. And see Indian cows, Gir, Red Sindhi, Sahiwal, Tharparkar, Haryana, Kankrej, all have got the hump. So one difference was that the cows or animals, actually buffaloes are not in the other part of the country except Asia. So buffaloes are not being highlighted here, but buffalo also will come into the discussion. So those who are not having the hump, they are A1 cows. Means their milk is called the A1 milk. And those who are having the hump, and dewlap, the other thing was the dewlap. When you see below the neck, so you will find lot of loose skin. You can see here, if the cursor is visible, you can see here all these are dewlaps. So this hump and dewlap was a kind of uh, picture and symptom and the phenotypic character which was showing that this is A1 cow, this is A2 cow. Now come to what are the A2 cows. Gir, Red Sindhi, Sahiwal, Tharparkar, Haryana, Kankrej, Angol, Krishna Valley, Devni, Halikal, Malnad Gidda, Ambulacheri, Pulikalam, and Bargur, and Kangayam, and many more. These are all Indian breeds of cows. Buffaloes we have not included here because all the buffaloes where in India, Indonesia, and wherever in Singapore, wherever you go, Australia, wherever if it is a buffalo, it is A2. There was no mutation done in the buffalo. So buffalo continues to be the A2. Now here are two, Bos indicus and Bos taurus. Now let's go first again to that picture. These are all the above ones shown are the breeds of their offspring of the Bos taurus. And down below, which are the Indian breeds, they are the offsprings, they are the children of the Bos indicus. It was said that time that Bos indicus generated from the Indian Valley, while the Bos taurus generated from the UK. So let's come to that slide. What is the difference? Bos taurus and Bos indicus, what is the difference? These are short horn, their horn is short. These are the breeds. Short horn, Angus, Hereford, like that. There is no hump. Their coat is very thick. Their hide is called the skin over the body is very tight in this case, the A2 animals. And they have very small ear and no dewlap. So there is a reason behind that. Why all these things are there in our animal, large ear, loose hide, thin coat, why it is there and there it is not there? Because they are temperate zone animals. Here the temperature has since beginning has been more compared to UK and upper part of the UK. So because of to restore the heat, this mutation was this kind of structure was designed by God, by nature, that it will not have bigger ears so that the more of the heat will be dissipated. It will not have it will have thick skin so that the heat cannot be dissipated. Similarly, the tight hides, and they are very stout animals. And our animals are bony animals. You can see the bones, you can locate the bone on the body like that. So they are walkers. Why the hump was created? Because there was no depth of water in those animals, A2 animals, A1 animals. A2 animals were living in the heat and there was a water scarcity. So they went running and walking for a long distance for feed and drink water. So they were given a reservoir. As you know, in the camel also, this hump is there just to restore water so that in the sand once it goes, desert once it walks, if it requires the water, it takes from that. So already water bottle is given to our animals. Why it was not given to those animals which are A2 animals. Their puberty is early because these animals are into the winter, I mean cold area. They come in they become adult early. Our cases in Indian condition, delayed puberty is there. So their hormone level is very high. It's circulating, and since the hormone is more, they become adult much earlier. The A2 animal, A1 animal, A2 animals are normal animals. Their puberty is delayed. Normal hormones are circulating in the body, and this is how. I mean, this is how the difference is, and this is the phenotype difference is. Now, what is the position of the other milk? Human milk, sheep, goat, donkey, yard, camel, buffalo, and all other these things contain A2 beta casein. And because of A2 beta casein, all milks are termed as a A2 milk. You take any milk of these is A2 milk. Now we'll discuss little bit on the protein. What is the requirement of protein for us? A 70 kg male needs about 56 to 60 gram of the protein per day. Similarly, a female of 65 kg needs about 45 to 46 gram protein per day. Out of this, some of the protein is used by the microflora in the gut, in the intestine, to survive, and about 8 to 10 gram of this protein is lost due to through the feces. This is the system of the protein. This is the use and this is the requirement. How protein is digested? It becomes peptide, then amino acid, then compound, then further broken into carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen and other elements. This will be used to understand what is A2 and what is A2. What is the controversy happened in New Zealand and how it happened, how it developed? These are the two companies, Fonterra and A2. They came in front and they started. Fonterra, since it was a bigger company, had the agreement with the 98% farmers. Farmers means the farms in New Zealand, and this A2 company was coming up with a concept that A1 milk is not good, and that is how they started pushing this thing. This is the what happened in 2000, early to 2003. A1 Corporation claimed that Fonterra should exhibit. They should exhibit on their board and on their packs that A1 milk is causing type 1 disease, heart disease, autism, schizophrenia. These things are related with A1 milk. And since Fonterra, most of the milk is A1 milk, they should brand it. A2 Corporation wanted to launch its own product, but it was blocked by the 98% farm because they were with Fonterra. Controversy destabilized the New Zealand economy because it was a big jolt. If you start saying, for example, in India, if somebody says that Amul milk is not good, then you just imagine that what will happen. It will be a bomb on everybody's head, which is not correct. And here also it was not correct 100%. It was partially correct probably. I am also using a secured word. It was partially correct probably by the A2 Corporation that A1 milk causes certain diseases. We will discuss it further. So A2 company pulled the Fonterra to the court. And there, what happened in New Zealand, not like us, you can open a farm and it is not even registered and you are working. It's nothing like that in other countries, developed countries. New Zealand, any farm contract is legalized by the New Zealand law. So hence it was not possible for the Fonterra to disconnect with the farms and destabilize the entire economy of the New Zealand. Public and press also came out. They told that what is happening, what this A2 company is saying. If this is correct, then why we are taking the A1 milk? Now A2 Corporation got agreement with the farms of few of the farms, and they got a agreement from them that we will launch a milk. called A2 milk. Still it is being sold, mind it. In mid 2003, we see how it happens. The controversy goes so much. The owners, both owners got so much under tension that one owner, Peter Patterson, age 50, found dead in a hotel room, and 1 month later, the other owner, there were only two owners. One was Patterson and one was Dr. Maclan. It was the baby of Dr. Maclan who started telling that this A2 milk has got a benefit and A1 has got some devil in the milk. Dr. Maclan died of cancer at the age of 59, and everything happened within 2 months. New Zealand, it is illegal in New Zealand. Like in India, what we are saying, गाय का दूध is amrit. There is no certification. The cow milk is better than buffalo milk. There is no certification. The cow milk is the holy milk. There is maybe certification from the religion, but not from the science. Similarly, in the New Zealand, it is illegal to claim that this product, food product, milk is a food product. This food product has got a medicinal value, which Dr. Maclan wanted to prove it, that A2 milk has got a medicinal value. So all these diseases, diabetes 1, heart disease, autism, schizophrenia, etc., will not happen if you take A2 milk. In 2003, the Commerce Commission of New Zealand compelled A2 Corporation and allied firms to amend their health claims, and by end of 2003, A2 Corporation had withdrawn the litigation. This happened in New Zealand, which jolted Australia, Indonesia, even part of the Europe and New Zealand itself. This was the controversy. This person, I have put the photograph of the person, Keith Wordford. He said that beta-casomorphin available in A1 milk, which is not available in A2 milk, is the reason for many of the diseases. And this was the title of his book, The Devil in the Milk. Right? We'll not discuss more. Now this chapter comes is the beta-casein scientifically. I will be very lightly discussing this because it's a depth matter. It's a scientific matter. Yeah. Milk has got, a cow milk has got 3.5% fat, 8.5% SNF, means total solid, if you join together, total solid is 12%. It contains calcium, vitamin D, protein, vitamin B12, vitamin A, riboflavin, potassium, phosphorus, lactose, amino, blah, blah things, so many things. Many of the bioactive peptides called the nutraceuticals, many of the other things which is available in the milk in traces which are beneficial for the body. So this is for a general milk I am talking about. Now the protein in the total milk of in the cow milk is 38%. Out of the 38%, 95% is casein. And out of this 95%, 35 to 45% is the beta casein. And this beta casein we will discuss. So what happened, this beta casein, once being digested, goes inside the intestine and forms the casomorphin. How it is forming, I will show pictorial. Okay, this beta casein having 209 amino acids. At the position 67, A1 has got histidine and A2 has got proline. This is the only difference which has created so much of difference in the body. See, only one thing has created so much of difference. Now let's go to God has created one thing. For the A2 cows, this 67 position peptide is not cut. It is not possible to cut. Like I'm saying that in A1 milk, an enzyme cuts 7 amino acid peptide called BCM7. It is called bovine beta casomorphin. But the same enzyme from our stomach cannot cut this 7 peptide, 7 amino acid peptide in A2 milk. God has bound, nature has bound it. No. In A2 milk, it will not be ligated, it will not be cut. In A1 milk, it will be cut. The moment it is cut, BCM is formed. The moment BCM is formed, see, this is how. Suppose you have a cup of milk, 250 ml. So use the beta casein is hardly half teaspoonful into that. And all the beta caseins are not wrong, which the scientists were calling as the milk devil in the milk. Let us see how many beta caseins were responsible for this. See, these are 4 types of caseins found in the milk. Alpha casein, alpha S2 casein, beta casein, kappa casein. So beta casein is a part of all these 4 types of this. If I go to this picture and if I put my cursor here, see, this is the yeah. So this is the picture which shows, you will find here the picture. It shows that at 67 position, the A2 beta casein has got histidine, and A1 beta casein, which is of orange color, it is showing histidine. A2 beta casein is showing proline. Only this is the difference in beta casein. This much I wanted to show with this. And everywhere I have given the source. Anybody can take the picture, go and read the paper where from it has been derived. So now this beta casein, once it is cut, it is said that it has got some activities which can cause autism in children, diabetes 1 in adults, in children again, diabetes 1 in children again, and schizophrenia and heart disease. Now what our scientists in 2018, the Indian scientists, they gathered and they had this one-day strategic workshop, what to do, what we should do in India. So they had described that, look here, if I put the cursor here, 49% is the buffalo milk. This is the recent study. 2018 the meeting happened, but the data they have given is 49% buffalo milk is recent data. Out of that, the indigenous cattle is 11%. Then nondescript, which we don't know which breed it is 9%. If you add these both, so about almost 70% animals are having A2 character in India. Only this crossbred of 25%, this an exotic of 1.1%. These two has got A1 character. That also is not true, because in 50 years we have been using the artificial insemination for want of the more quantity of milk. So all Indian breeds were inseminated with the exotic semen and the crossbreds were formed. And because of these crossbreds, they are not only A1, they are A1 and A2 both, because both the genes are there inside. So now what they recommended? They gave 8 recommendations. We are still to prove the link between intake of A1 milk, this beta casomorphin 7, and associated disease problems. This is what Indian Scientist Congregation, Government of India, Ministry of Government of India for the dairying, everybody sat together and they did it. in Delhi on 19th May 2018. So they have said that yes, we are not saying no, we are not saying yes also. We have to prove it. And this thing was sent in New Zealand also. Same thing was said. You have to prove it and then you can do. Okay. Now, till then, screening of all breeding bulls for their A1 and A2 variant status should be done. This is what they say. From where the semen is being produced in the country, India, it has to be screened whether they are A1, A2, and if they are A1, A2 mix, how much. That has to be, proved. Now let us come to this side. Come to the fourth recommendation. Indian scientists should not consider the issue as buried. Don't consider that A1, A2 issue is buried now. Nothing to worry. No. Remain vigilant and monitor the situation periodically. Means you have to work on this. You have to find out whether this claim is right or wrong. And what happened is the result in the law, that also I'll show you. So I'm not going to the recommendation. It is available, source I have given. Anybody take the picture and they can very well go and read that, right? Yeah, I'm here. MD Amul, Mr. R.S. Sodi, now he is not MD. The MD has changed the format. He said in 22nd January 21, to Mr. Samyak Pandey of print media, magazine. A2 milk is marketing gimmick. 90% of India's milk, including all buffaloes, has A2 protein. The premium is a gimmick, says R.S. Sodi, MD Amul, while speaking at the print OTC. He also said that buffalo milk is more nutritious than cow milk. Nobody says which is good, which is bad. Scientifically, we can't say. If some goodness is there in buffalo milk, some goodness is there in cow milk. On what ground you want to judge it, it depends on that, right? Okay. So you are safe. Saying that you are safe. 90% he says, I say 75%. Looking to the scientific browsing of the material, whatever available in India and abroad. Now see, what is the ghee? What is this gimmick going on? The normal ghee is being sold about 600 rupee a kg, a liter, 6 rupee a liter, 600 rupee a liter. And now this, the Bilona ghee, another Gir Gai ghee, Sahiwal Gai ghee is 2,600 a kg. So this is the difference. So I just wanted to clarify that also. Let us not be, part of this gimmick. Ghee has got 98.8% fat, moisture 0.3%, and others 0.9%. This is how the situation goes. There is no trace of protein in the ghee. Those who are making ghee at home, they must be knowing. If the protein is not removed from the ghee, it is going to spoil the ghee after some time. It will start smelling. So always the purification and filtration and refiltration in the dairies are done to remove all the charred protein. So there is no protein. And all this time we have been talking about the protein. Imagine. In ghee there is no protein, but it is being sold as A2 ghee. Just see, there is no protein. So there is no question of A1 and A2. A1 and A2 is related with protein only, not with fat. Okay. Now, there are other myths which we'll discuss. There are 4 types of ghee in the country being made. Desi ghee from the curd, creamery butter. Ghee is made from the directly taking from the cream, from the creamery. Direct cream, from the whipping the milk, you can take the cream and make the ghee. And pre-stratification. These are the 4 methods only ghee is being made. See the RM value. We are not talking about the adulteration on the ghee. We are talking about A2 ghee and minting milk. See adulteration on the ghee. See what is happening. See, This is RM value which proves that ghee is ghee and it is not a vegetable oil. So if the vegetable oil is there, look my cursor. These signs, these small, is the number which is much below, less than 2 RM is of vegetable oil, palm oil, like this kind of oil. And this is buffalo ghee and cow ghee. So look, the buffalo ghee is always more than 30, around 32, 33, 34 RM value. And in cows, it is always 26, 25, like that. 28 up to it goes, right? So we have to see ghee I am buying of 3,000 rupee a kg, 2,600 rupee a kg, whether it has the RM value of that much, what we are paying. Once there is no protein in the ghee, how we are saying it is A2 ghee? A2 doesn't happen, right? What is the trans fat? I will not go in detail, but it is a hydrogenated form of the vegetable oil. And see where it is found. We are not talking of this. Indians are very wise people. They talk for something which is less spoiling. They don't talk about something which is more spoiling. Commercial baked cakes, cookies, pies, pastries, popcorn, pizza, and pizza base, Dove, including French fries, donuts, chicken fries, like dairy coffee creamer. These are containing the trans fat. And trans fat, you go and read, it is much more dangerous than talking about A1 and A2. Right? Now see what it's. I'm going and showing that ghee. It says that we know that milk contains a protein called casein. During the ghee making process, casein gets removed. So ghee becomes casein free and milk protein free. So once the ghee becomes milk protein free, how it is A1 or A2? Now the conclusion is that A1, A2, there is a difference of proline and histidine, no issue. That much has been proved. We have to prove it, that whether it is related, A1 is related, histidine is related with any of the pathological diseases or not. Test differentiation of A2 and A1 has come. 40,000 rupees if you get that kit. I will show the kit. So you can differentiate which one is the A1 milk, which one is the A2 milk. Even Bos Taurus and Bos Indicus differentiation test has also come. It is in the market, Indian market I am talking about. The review concluded that 2005, 2009 found no clear evidence, right, on consuming the milk of A1 beta casein causes diabetes 1 or any other health disease. European FSA also, European FSA Food Standard Authority also said 2009 that no such evidence has been taken. And whatever the Keith Woodward story made, it is not based on scientific research. That's what he says. It is a epidemiological study. Let us do the scientific study on the protein. Ghee has got 0.2 to 0.5% cholesterol. I think I'm exceeding the time, but I'll finish within 2-3 minutes. 0.2 to 0.5% cholesterol. Everybody say don't eat ghee, don't eat ghee, don't eat ghee. Sir, only 0.2 to 0.3% cholesterol is present in the ghee. So eating more ghee may be dangerous, but normally eating regular ghee has got a lot of benefits, which slide I skipped, that what is good in the ghee, because we were talking about protein. Now see what FSSAI is doing, our own authority, Food Standard and Safety Authority of India, what says? Hiding under the hay, what they are saying that we are not talking anything about diabetes, heart disease, this. It has said there is no need to label A1 or A2 because we don't recognize. We have not given a standard for A1 and A2 since there is no research. So we have not done. FSSAI statement also I'll show you. NAS has very clearly recommended, and that is the Congregation of the All Indian Agricultural Scientists in India, and they are the authority to claim that, and they have claimed that. Not to worry, but don't close your eyes. Check the bulls for the semen. Let us bring more A2 semen in our country. Let us make our country 100% A2, like that. And by it can be done only by rearing the indigenous breeds, by using the indigenous semen, A2 semen, or the bull, which is having lower ranking of A1 gene into the semen. Higher ranking of A2 will dominate, and slowly we can transform. So that's what they say. Myths are dangerous. First, let us see the FSSAI, what it says. No regulatory requirement to maintain the type of protein present in milk or milk packages has been given by our FSSAI. This is FSSAI data. A2 I have put because this company, if anybody want to read about A2 company, they can take the picture and see where the company is and what is their company's net worth and what is their CEO and all those things. FSSAI is silent about ghee pack, and that is why ghee is being sold at the difference of more than 2,000 rupees. Just branding A2. A2 doesn't have anything to do with fat. A2 is a protein component. This is the test, which is of 40,000 rupees. You can do 100 tests for A1, A2 identification kit. What they are writing here is, A1 ghee is usually lighter in color and has a milder flavor than A2 ghee. The light color, gentlemen and also women, the light color is because of absence of carotenoid, which is found in cow milk and not found in buffalo milk. No buffalo milk has got carotenoid. So that is why buffalo milk is white, and that is why cow milk is a little yellowish. That is why once you take out the ghee, because it is a lipoprotein, lipo means it is a fat, carotenoid, used with the protein, joined with the protein. So that is why when you take out the ghee, so this carotene and carotenoid gives a yellow color in case of the cow ghee, and it gives white color because it is absent there. What the myth says, A1 ghee is usually lighter. No, wrong. A2 cow ghee is grainy in texture. No. It depends on the how much temperature you have kept the ghee. Suppose you are storing in the fridge, it is 4 degrees centigrade. The granulation will be formed. At the time of formation of granulation, if you cool the ghee, it will be granular ghee. At the time of formation of the ghee, if you are not cooling the ghee, it will be without granules. A1, A2 doesn't matter. Bologna ghee process matters. This person who has given, Amazon has replied, this person doesn't know that in entire country, India I'm talking about, India, 90% ghee is from cream based. It is not bologna based. Now another myth. Difference between A1 and A2 ghee. There is no A1 and A2 ghee because there is no protein. Now it says the texture of A1 ghee and A2 ghee is also different. As compared to A1 ghee, A2 ghee is more grainy. A2 ghee is made with the traditional bologna method. A2 and ghee doesn't match. It doesn't have anything to do with the process. It is to do with the animals. A2 ghee, A1 ghee. So being sold. Now look at how beautifully this gentleman has befooled people. Pure and organic A2 Gir cow ghee. Nobody can, suppose tomorrow FSSAI comes with any regulation, they cannot catch him. He is not telling he is A2. He is telling A2 Gir cow. And Gir cow is A2. It is correct. Then he is selling about 2,800 to 2,690 rupees. It was selling up to 3,600. Now it has come to 2000. See here, 2690. Yeah, I'm close. So these are the myths. Soft white Bologna ghee is because of the process, because of the bacteria when the curd is used as a culture here. Ghee has high cholesterol. No, it has got 0.2 to 0.5% cholesterol. Flavor is more in desi cow. No, flavor depends on the temperature. If you more roast the ghee, if you go at the 120 degree, flavor will be more. If correct, but it is not because of desi cow, it is because of the cow. Any cow will have a color because it will have carotenoid. Buffalo doesn't have carotenoid. White ghee is better. Better, I don't know what means better. But buffalo milk, it is without carotenoid, so ghee is white. Even ghee is white. Wrong. Cow ghee is never white. And buffalo is neither A1 nor A2. So there is no question. Ghee is never A2 and A1. Is A2 milk organic? Only buffalo milk is organic. Somebody has written. It is a myth. Organic is a different process, that you are not using any pesticide, you are not giving any medicine to the animal, you have been certified by the organic organization, then only it becomes organic meat. Nothing to do with the animal. But people are, selling. I mean, they are enjoying, getting money. Which ghee has more protein? Answer, cow ghee. It's the myth. Cow milk has A2 protein, which is missing in buffalo milk. Look at it. Buffalo is 100% A2. So that is missing. In his statement, it is missing. A2 protein is only available in cow ghee. It's all myth in the market. Cow ghee has innumerable amount of protein, mineral, calcium. It's correct. But what he says later on, the cholesterol level improves. I mean, the cow ghee helps to heart to perform well. May be correct. But then he is giving reduces fatal blood cholesterol. Yes, this is also almost correct to the 90% correct, and improves the adequate blood cholesterol level. So what is myth here? That cow ghee has innumerable amount of protein. This is correct, but it may not be suggested to go for the ghee eating at live because it may create problems. It has got cholesterol. Okay, I just wanted to put certain things that my next talk is on 4th September 23, and it is on the layout designing of a dairy farm. And this will be an exhaustive kind of thing, how to design and what are the things. Those who may kindly make note of it. 4th September at 4 o'clock, sorry, 3 o'clock. 4th September, 3 o'clock is my next talk on the layout design. This kind of layout designs you will be able to see in that talk, that how the farm layout is designed. It depends on the land, it depends on many things. So that will be discussed. My questions, please.
Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions from the participants now. In the meantime, can you please stop sharing the screen, sir, so that I will take up here
Yes.
we can see
Yes,
your full video.
sure, sure. Yeah.
Yes, sir, thank you very much. I'll move on to the questions now.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is this name A1 and A2 milk? Why
Yeah.
are Indians bovine called A2?
Yeah, correct. Why this name given is, since the European cows were in Europe, obviously. So the research, today also, any fundamental research which is going on, which is more towards the Western countries, and they do earlier. So earlier they did on those cows, and they came out with the beta casein. So they made that beta casein name as A1. So it was a time, it was a synchronology. First A1 came, and then A2. Then they started searching whether what entire cows are having this beta casein, which produces the BCM 7. So they invented, no, there is another type of cow. So they called it A2 cow. That is the reason. There is no other reason. It is just the time. Earlier was done the European cows, then the Indian cows. So that is why it is called the A2 cows in India. Yes, ma'am.
Whether Indian milk is A1 or A2?
Yeah, about in total data browsing, and even in the recommendation of NAS recommendation, they have given amount quantification also. They are telling about 24% milk could be A1 in India. Rest all milk is A2. But at the same time, we cannot justify it. We cannot take out because dairies are not performing animal to animal milk. Dairies are gathering the milk, pooling together. So, but we can take the animal picture. Animal picture I showed that about 75% animals are having A2 protein. So obviously their milk is only coming to the dairies. So that milk is predominantly A2 instead of A1. So nothing to worry. It is about 24% A1 allele is going inside our body, if at all we are considering that way, that it may cause, which has not yet been proved. It has to be proved.
Okay. Which milk is better, A1 or A2? Cow milk or buffalo milk?
Yeah, A1, A2 I cannot comment because it is not yet scientifically proved. But buffalo milk and cow milk I can comment. See, entire dairy business, since I'm a dairy business person, entire dairy business is done on the total solid basis. Buffalo total solid is 18%, 16%. Cow total solid is only 12%. That is why you will find cow milk is given less price compared to the buffalo milk by the dairies. I'm not talking about the goalas, because goalas they befool that is the cow milk, so it will be costing more, and people are buying also. Let them be buy. But I'm talking about the entire country milk. That way, buffalo milk has got high TS total solid, so it gets high price. At the same time, cow milk has got vitamin A, carotenoid. That carotenoid is absent in buffalo milk. So there are other nutraceutical. There is a difference in cow and buffalo milk. Some nutraceuticals are good in buffalo milk. Some nutraceuticals are good in cow milk. So it is very difficult to say which milk is good. Which milk you can digest is the good milk for you. Otherwise, whatever you are eating, if it is not getting digested, what is the fun of having good? Right.
Okay. Which ghee is better, cow or buffalo, sir?
In case of ghee, certainly the buffalo has got more than 6% fat. Cow milk has got 3.5% fat. So if you take 100 liter of cow milk, 100 liter of buffalo milk, so business wise buffalo milk is good. But nutritionally, it has been said in our mythological books and many places, because that time buffaloes were not being reared. If you go to the Krishna cases, there were no buffalo reference that Krishna was taking to the Gokul. It was only cows. So mostly the reference comes from the cows. But yes, cow ghee has got A1. So obviously cow ghee will be considered better than the buffalo ghee. But trade wise, business wise, buffalo ghee is much superior compared to cow.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll move on to the next question, sir. What does the law says about A1 or A2 milk?
Silent. Indian law is silent. New Zealand has resolved the case. Nothing doing. We are selling A1 and A2 both milk. Whatever you want to sell, you sell. But don't tell this is better. Like, it will not cause disease. It will create. In India, it is being famous. People are calling that Indian desi cow milk will boost your immunity, and hence many diseases you will not come to you. I don't know, only scientists knows. I'm not scientist. I'm only browsing there, whatever is the records available in the world, and then I can say no, it cannot be true. So law, Indian law, the FSSAI, the head of the law for the food is silent on that.
Okay. For a common person in India who does not know about A1, A2 milk, how big is the risk?
Close your eyes, go on eating whatever digested by you, your body, enjoy. Nothing to worry, because in any case, 75, more than 75% is A2 allele, which is in India. So nothing to worry. And now Government of India from October 2021, Government of India has come heavily on rearing of the indigenous breed, the breed multiplication scheme, where they are giving 2 CR as subsidy. Many of my clients have got that subsidy. I mean, not entire, but the approval for that, and the subsidy has been released in phases. So the point I'm saying is nothing to worry. Don't worry, because there is, even if you go for the testing of A1 and A2 milk, suppose you put 40,000 rupees and get a kit and you go on testing, you will find a mixture, because in Indian cows, for 50 years we have done the artificial insemination. In most of the cases, insemination is not decided by the farmer or the farm owner. It is decided by the paravet, which is coming from the veterinary hospital. Whatever the semen he has, he puts into the cow. So mostly the HF and Jersey foreign cows semen has been put in our Indian breeds. So mostly it is A1, A2, A1, A2 together. It is a joint kind of. So nothing to worry on that, unless scientists prove it that BCM7 is really devil in the milk. It is not yet proved, madam. FSSAI is also waiting for this. FSSAI is not a scientific organization. So the onus goes to the scientific organization like NDRI, NDDP, and these things. They should research. They should come out with that exactly, that whether A1 milk, whatever percentage it is available in India, whether that is going to cause any harm. Till then, relax, just enjoy. As I also take ghee and milk both, no issue.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I'd like to thank Dr. P.K. Shrivastava for the talk and for answering the questions. I'd like to also thank all the participants in the meeting. This meeting will now be closed.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very
You're
much.
most welcome, sir.